Good morning. Happy Sunday. So today we are going to make bacon. Gotta love the bacon. So there are 3 different ways to cook it. And it will tell you on the back. There's a skillet method, there's an oven method, and a microwave method. I've never tried the microwave method, but we'll try it today. We'll try like 2 slices to see how it comes out. I'm a little dubious. So for the skillet method, you start with an unheated skillet. So that's where we're at, and then we'll cook it on low. We need a broiler rack. That's what that thing is in the pan. We'll lay the bacon across it, and that way it's just not kind of in its own juices. And then the microwave, well, we'll see how it does. So we have them all. I've got a cold skillet. I've got these laid out on my broiler rack, and I've got 4 slices here for the microwave. And so it's on a microwave safe plate that's got paper towels on it. So we'll wait on that. We'll go ahead and get the ones in the oven because they take the longest to cook, about 15 minutes. There they go. Put my timer on. I'm gonna go ahead and crank this to low, like, I don't know, maybe a 3 or 4, maybe low to medium. And make sure that's there, put that there. All right, let's see what we got. The one thing that you really need to make sure of that you have when you're cooking bacon is paper towels. They soak up the grease, and we need it for this too, because that says to do that. So I'm gonna put this in here, and it said 4 slices about 3.5 minutes. So I'll put, we'll see. See how it goes. I always have a plate nearby with paper towels on it so that when I'm finished cooking in here, you can just throw them on there. Another thing you can do, you can see that the slices are really long and they're kind of coming up the size of the pan. Bacon is going to shrink immensely when it's cooked because of all that fat. You're going to render the fat and they're just going to shrink the bacon down. You can cut them in half if you want something that's not up on the sides, but those will shrink down, you'll see. Get some tongs out. Be careful when you're cooking bacon when you're standing there. You don't want to be naked or anything because it splatters and pops. A good little thing that I have is like this little guard. If there's a splatter guard you can put on, I get IKEA's, I don't know, probably a couple of bucks or something, but I won't use that yet. Oh, bacon, it's so good, so good. Alright, so my bacon is getting a little less white, it's getting a little fleshier, I can see steam coming off. Interesting little fact, Betty Crocker says for the bacon that's in the oven that you only have to cook it for like 10 minutes, you don't need to turn it. The package states this needs to cook for 15 to 17 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll just check the oven 10 minutes and see if the bacon is to my liking. I like a little crisper bacon, but definitely not burned. You want to render all the fat or you're going to get some chewy bacon. That's no good, no bueno. Bacon comes in different flavors, right? You can get maple flavored, you can get smoked, you can get stuff without nitrates or nitrites in it, which is better for your body. Yeah, I love bacon, pork. It's so, I mean, it's all fat. Look at that, it's all fat. That's where the flavor is. So let's check our microwave bacon. Oh. Well, so this is why you use paper towels, is because it soaked up a lot of grease and it prevented it from splattering in the microwave, which means less cleanup. Let's see. The color is probably not the best for me, but it will still continue cooking a little bit since it's got hot fat on it. So we'll put that to the side. Oh, there we go. There goes our yummy bacon in the skillet. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's starting to shrink a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of move it around. If it moves freely in the pan, that means you can do that. If it sticks and stuff, give it a little bit more time and that protein will release, and then you'll be able to move it easily. You can see how it's starting to shrink up a little bit. Parts are going to curl on there. You can't really do anything about that. We'll flip it over in just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it. I turned my heat up just a tad bit too, to like a 4. Sometimes when you turn it, those little curly parts will sit down a little bit. You want to make sure as much of the meat is exposed to the hot pan. Well, it doesn't want to do it. Stubborn. And that. I love tongs. Oh, come here. Ooh, this smells amazing. Bacon comes in different thicknesses too. You can do like a thin slice or a thick slice. I tend to prefer the thicker one. It's just meatier and chewier when you eat it. Let's have a look. It's been about 10 minutes for the oven, so I'm going to take a look and see what that looks like. Yeah, to me, that's not even ready yet. I want it more brown. So I'm going to stick it back in. This way we'll go with the package directions of the 15 to 17 minutes instead of Betty, who said only 10. Okay, so this looks to me like I want to turn it. See, it's shrinking even more. I'm going to turn. Oh, it's sticking. Wait a minute. Not sticking. I'm going to turn it. It's getting a little bit browner on the side. Oh, let that one move here. There we go. Lay down. I just try to do like an even browning on all sides. It's funny, that's the first time I've ever started in a cold pan. I didn't know that was the deal. I don't know what you're supposed to do. So another thing you want to make sure, we're going to render a lot of grease in here. You don't ever want to throw that down your drain. It'll clog your drain pipes. It's not good. So I have a grease jar over there, and that's where I empty all my grease. When that is full, I put that into a large baggie, seal the baggie, and throw it in the trash. Another thing that you can do is if you have like a glass jar, pasta jar, or something you've already used, is just throw your grease in there and just set it aside. It'll solidify, you know, once it comes to room temp. And then when that jar is full, you can just pitch it. But never, ever, ever down a drain. It's looking good. Smells so good. I wish you were here for breakfast. Okay, time to flip again. I kind of like to get those pieces like that. That's kind of curling up and it hasn't rendered its fat to sit down in that hot grease and help it cook a little faster. Ooh, these are getting nice and brown. If you think things are cooking too quickly, like it's too hot, just turn the heat down a little bit. Remember, I turned mine up and sit down. It was so nice. You can tilt your pan, get that grease down there. Those pieces that are kind of cooking a little unevenly compared to the other side. Bacon. So it was FSU that had to evacuate this time for the Hurricane Michael that just came through. Glad it wasn't you. Again. Oh, ooh, that's the one for the oven. Let's see. So that is about 15 minutes. The edges on the very top here look pretty crispy. Can you see that up there? So I'm going to set that aside and say they're done. I'm going to take them. They're not crispy at all. I'm going to put them back in for 2 more minutes. So that was 15 minutes. I don't like soggy bacon. So 2 more minutes. These, on the other hand, flip again, flip again. See how nice and brown those are getting? These are almost done. Sometimes they can get brown just because of the stuff that they're putting off, like kind of the, I don't know what you call it, detritus, cooking bacon. It's pretty good though. And look how much they've shrunk, right? Almost in half. Probably by half, 50%. So I'm going to take the 2 in the middle, look done. Put that on my paper towel. So what that tells me is my middle kind of cooks a little bit hotter, right? And they had more, I mean, it's thicker, right? Through here is wider. Let those cook a little bit more. And sometimes that's why I like cutting them in half too. Turn one more time. Oh yeah, those are done. Let's see when you shake it, it's kind of a little stiffer, crisper. Turn that off. Put off the heat. Alright. We'll see what happens with our oven. Okay, so our oven is done. That was 2 minutes. It's a little bit better to me. Not great, but a little better. So I'm going to turn my oven off. Make sure you turn everything off. And this to the side. Put these slices over here. Huh. They didn't shrink as much for sure. Interesting. Okay. Another thing, you want to make sure that you don't introduce water into that hot pan, that hot greasy pan. You can cause a fire. Alright, so we can see that these slices up here were in the pan, the skillet method. These here were in the oven. And they're longer than the other ones were. Can you see that? By quite a bit. And then these are our microwave. So we'll do side-by-side comparison and see the difference. Okay, so this is what we have. Skillet bacon, oven bacon, microwave. Let's see, it's pretty stiff, right? Ooh, pretty not so stiff. Pretty stiff. Okay. I'm gonna try this one. Delicious and chewy. Perfect. Could be a little crisper. This one. Of course it tastes the same because, you know, it's bacon. The texture is just a little bit different. A little chewier. Not bad. Let's try the microwave. Surprisingly not horrible. Alright. Well, there's bacon, babe. Love you. Maybe next week Daddy can make a pancake thing and then you can have like a big brunch. And let me tell you, if you start cooking bacon in your apartment, you're gonna have people knocking on your door asking for like an egg. Can I get a cup of sugar? Just because they want a slice of bacon. All right, babe, I love you. Have a good week. One last word of wisdom, because I'm a nurse and safety first. If you ever had a grease fire in the kitchen, never, ever, 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 ever throw water on it. It will explode. You need like baking soda. We'll douse it, flour, remove stuff from the heat. But never, never, never throw water on a grease fire.